Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Victoria and welcome to Pembroke Beauty. So today we are doing my year-end favorites, that is including makeup, TV, podcasts, music, and YouTubers. And I think that's it. Maybe? Yeah. So with that being said, go ahead and get yourself a little snicky snack. And get ready because we're gonna chat about my favorite products and activities, I suppose, from this year. So let's begin. Alright, so we're first gonna start with makeup, and I have a lot of stuff to go through. So I want to kind of whip through this. None of these should be unfamiliar to you if you watch my channel on a regular basis. So we're gonna start like how we would normally do our face and work through. I'm not going to dwell too long. I'm going to put everything in the description box below, so if you miss something, go ahead and look down there. Okay, so the first product I want to talk about is the Tarte Drink of H2O Moisturizer. This is technically a hydrating boost, but I use this as my daily and nightly facial moisturizer. This stuff is somewhat expensive. I mean, it's middle of the road, high end, but it's not like luxury, so it's not like crazy. And I'll link my skincare video up here, but I use this year round. I have such dry, sensitive skin that I don't like to use too much product on because it tends to not like that if I use too much product. So I try and go kind of light-handed when it comes to skincare, and this seems to really help my skin stay hydrated, not get too dry, but not get so moisturized that I break out. I highly recommend this if you have dry, sensitive skin, or if you are somebody who is like new into skincare and you want to start somewhere and you're not really sure where, go ahead and start with that. Okay, then we're moving on to concealers. So you guys should know by now that I don't wear foundation. I only do concealers. I have never really been a foundation girl, so concealers are my foundation, if you will. So with that being said, I have three that I want to talk about, so we'll just whip through. So earlier in the year, I had discovered and started using the Covergirl Clean Invisible Concealer. I use mine in the shade Fair, and I really like this. This is very lightweight coverage. It does give you good coverage, but it is lightweight, like I just said. This is not something that you want to use if you have very intense things that you want to cover up. This is just very nice for a kind of sheer everyday. If you have a big pimple that you want to cover up, this is not going to cut it. However, it looks beautiful under the eyes and it blends out very easily, and I really like it for everyday use, which is what I used it for. And I have kind of faded out of using this simply because I became too pale to use it anymore. So when it goes back to summer and I get a little tanner, I will probably go back to using this. But that's why I stopped using it. The shade range for this, if I remember, kind of sucks, which is the one downside about this. Then the second concealer that I've fallen in love with this year is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. I use mine in Fair 10N. This is so good. I had used their original no filter concealer. I don't like that actually at all. It's too full coverage for me. This is just the right amount of coverage that it's easy to blend out. I have it on today. It's easy to blend out. It's not too much, and it has a slight glow to it, which I need because my skin is dry. And the other no filter one that they had was very matte, much more full coverage. So if you are somebody who likes full coverage and are slightly oily, I would go for that one. But if you're somebody who wants a slightly less coverage, slightly more glowy concealer, I would highly recommend this. This is my go-to for my pale days, which are for the next, I don't know, 9 months probably. And then this guy is like an honorable mention because I haven't actually used this that much on my channel, but when I have a crazy pimple or something that I need to cover and I can't get enough coverage out of the two concealers that I just talked about, I will use this, and this stuff is amazing. So this is the Liquid Camouflage Concealer from Catrice. This is so good. I have mine in the shade Light Natural 05. It's a little bit more yellow than I would go for typically, but that's okay because I don't use this like a concealer. I use this as a spot concealer, I suppose. This stuff is amazing if you have something you want to cover up. So if you're looking for something high coverage that will do you good to get rid of a certain blemish or a certain mark, that is the way to go. I highly recommend all three of these for the reasons I just talked about. I'm sorry that my nails look so awful. God. Yeah, so these are my favorite concealers of 2020. Alright, so then for powders, I have two that I want to talk about. And like concealers, I like them for different reasons. So for everyday light coverage, it looks beautiful on skin. It's very easy to use, and I feel like it's underrated. I have the Pretty Fresh, the Powder Room Matte About It Translucent Setting Powder. This stuff, I've used this all year long. I actually got it in a BoxyCharm, I believe. That's how I got this. And I'm so glad that I did. I really, really, really like this powder. It is so finely milled that it looks so beautiful on the skin. It doesn't fully matte down your skin, but it does give you a matte look, if that makes sense. It's not so thick and heavy that it looks cakey, but it does set your makeup beautifully, and I highly recommend this if you're somebody who wants like an everyday loose powder. It is a loose powder, so that is somewhat annoying, but I do tend to use this over pretty much any other powder in my collection for everyday use. So I really, really like this. If you're looking for everyday powder to set down your makeup, get this one. If you want a powder to help you carve out your cheekbones, if you want to bake with a powder and have that look sharp and you need like heavy coverage, I highly suggest the Starfire Loose Powder. This is so good if you need to bake, like I said, or set down that makeup, make it look like a blank canvas. This stuff is so good for that. I have a coupon code with Starfire. I'll put it on the screen. They're such a good small company, truly one of the best, and the kindest people who work there. Like, they're so sweet, and I really, really love them. So go show them some love. This powder is so good if you need to bake, so highly recommend it for that purpose. Okay, so for bronzers, I have three that I want to talk about, and the two that I want to talk about in tandem are the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and the Essence Pure Nude Highlight. And I definitely talked about these products last year. These are such good bronzers. Even though this is technically marketed as a highlight, it is a beautiful highlight, but it's not how I use it on a daily basis. I've shown you guys on my channel before for sure, but I do love these mixed together, and that's how I use them almost every single day. This is my go-to everyday bronzer duo, and I truly do think, I mean, they're both cheap enough that you should buy them together and use them together. They are beautiful on their own. This, I mean, this is a cult classic, honestly. It smells so good. You know, it's been popular since like 2010. And then this stuff is so nice for a highlight, but again, not how I use it. So highly recommend these two. I don't want to dwell on this. I did talk about it last year, but these are such a good combo. Then the other one that I want to talk about, this is great for actual contouring. Like, that's a great bronzer set, but for actual contouring, this is such a necessary kit in your makeup collection. Like, it's so good. Technically it's not owned by Kat Von D anymore. It's Kvd Vegan Beauty, and I just have an old version of it. But this is such a good bronzer set. I mean, I have used this on my channel a lot. It's so good. You know, they have the deep, the cool tones. That's what, like, this is a very warm tone bronzer. These are so good for actually carving out your cheeks and making yourself look chiseled. So if that's a look that you want to go for, or have situations that you want to look like that, this is my highly recommended kit to go for. Again, cult classic, but you know. Blush. I have a single blush to talk about this year because I can't get enough of it. And so this is the Colourpop Blush Stix. This is in the shade -0, but regardless of the shade, this came in a kit of 2, and I don't think that they sell it anymore. Either way, they have a ton of different shades. Just the formula of this bronzer in itself, I have fallen in love with cream bronzer, and this is really just top of the line. I love it. I have it on today. Makes me look so glowy and dewy. It just really like plumps up my cheeks and makes them look juicy, and I like that. If I'm gonna wear a blush, I kind of want it to be nice and juicy. You guys know I like the dewy look, so if you are somebody who is on the hunt for a inexpensive cream bronzer that they have a ton of shades for, go ahead and try these out. I really, really think that you'll like them. Highlight. It is highlight time. One of my favorite times of the year. Highlight time. So 3 to talk about. Let's talk about the cream highlight of the bunch, the Colourpop Light Stix. Again, this came in a set with the blush that I just talked about. So this is in the shade UNUO. I still don't know how to say it. Doesn't matter. They have a ton of different shades, and this formula is really what I'm talking about. I have it on today. I look absolutely glowy, dewy, stunning, just incredible. Thanks to this, I use this every single day of my life. Like, this is my everyday highlight. I love it so much. You can put it on the inner corner. You could swipe it on. I usually put my brush on it and then apply, but you could do it either way. So much recommend this if you are somebody who wants to try out a cream highlight. It really does take your highlight game to like a whole nother level. As cringy as that sounds, it's true. So yes, we can move on from that topic. Just go buy one. Then the other 2 I'm going to talk about, if you are looking for a glittery highlight, like a glitter, you have to try, it's upside down, you have to try the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb highlight. Oh my god, this stuff is so beautiful. It doesn't look like that much in the pan, but as soon as you put it on your skin, it is literally like a diamond bomb. It's just straight translucent glitter, and it makes you look so beautiful, like an ornament. Like, I just used it in my last makeup tutorial. I'll link it up there. It's so stunning. Again, if you don't like glitter in your highlights, don't get this one. But if you do, or if you want something that has glitter, in case you just want to like take it up a whole nother notch, go buy this one. So freaking good. The last highlight that I want to talk about is the Juvia's Place Cleo Loose Highlighter. Oh my god. I have talked about this for like the last 2 years, I think. It's so beautiful and good. It is a loose highlight, so it can be messy. But this stuff, I mean, you will never run out, first of all. They always have this on sale. They have it in several shades. This is so beautiful. Again, this does have some glitter in it, but like if you want to look like a glowing summer goddess, buy this highlight. Like, it is the most beautiful, golden, stunning, kissed from the gods highlight. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's so beautiful. I use this pretty much all summer long, and now I'm a little bit too pale for it, but when the summer hits, it's gonna be this all over again. And then the last face makeup product that I want to talk about for my 2020 favorites is, you guys have to guess it. It's a setting spray. Do you know which one? I'd say it. The e.l.f. Makeup Mistin Set. I think I've talked about this for the last 2 years on my channel. This is such a beautiful, I have it on today. It makes your skin set down. Your makeup does not move. But this setting spray gives you such a beautiful glow. It doesn't dry out your skin. Like, you don't feel like tight after you put it on. Like, I put on some setting sprays where you like spray it on and you're like stuck in place. Anytime you move your eyes or whatever, it's like you're just coming off of Botox. I don't like it. This stuff does not do that. It is so inexpensive. It is so good. I can't rave about it enough, and I feel like nobody talks about it. Why does no one talk about this? It is so good. So I highly recommend it if you are on the hunt for a dewy but also long-lasting, inexpensive setting spray. e.l.f. Makeup Mistin Set. Let's move on to eyes. So let's talk about eyebrows. You guys know I have discovered 2 of my all-time favorite eyebrow products to date this year. So my first love, the Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow. I have mine in the shade medium. You guys, I have never gotten so many positive comments about my eyebrows on the internet than I have this year because of this product and because of this product. The e.l.f. Wow Brow. You guys know these two carried me through this year. Like, if you want beautiful, fluffy looking natural brows that stick up and do not fall, do not fail you through the year, through the day or the year, get these. These are such good products just in general. I honestly can't pick a favorite. I like both of them for pretty much the same reasons. They're almost equivalent in my brain. The brushes, like the spoolies, are different. This one is a little bit smaller and a little bit less thick. This one has a little bit more thickness to it and it's slightly bigger, but honestly these are so on par. I think this one may keep your brows up a little bit better, like a little longer, but honestly I can't choose. Make a choice, try them both out, see which one you guys like the most, but honestly you will not be disappointed in either of them. They add such good color, such good thickness, such good volume to your brows, and it's so easy. Like, literally just brush it on and it's done. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about either of these. Both cruelty-free. Everything in this review is cruelty-free. You guys know my whole channel is cruelty-free. I can't say anything else. So good. Okay, let's move on to eyeliners. I have two. You guys should not be surprised. As far as liquid eyeliner goes, the NYX Matte Liquid Liner is the best ever. I have used this since college. I will never use a different one. I will never fall in love with another liner. Like, I love this liner. This brush tip black liquid liner is everything that I've ever wanted in a liner. Truly, it's drugstore. It's inexpensive. It's long lasting. It does not come off. It is easy to use. It's precise. It's nice. It like what I hate about the pens is you constantly have to shake them and then put on, and then shake them and put on. They dry out so quickly. Like, it's such a waste of money in my opinion. Just get this one. It will last you for like a whole year before you have to replace it. I love this so much. NYX, come sponsor me. Come just supply me with liners, because this is what my dreams are made of. As far as not liquid liner, but like pencil liners, that's what I was looking for. The Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Black Fever. You guys, I bought this because it was cheap. I'll be real. I bought it because it was cheap, and Essence is cruelty free, and I was like, you know what, I need a black liquid liner. I think this is the cheapest one I could find, and I was like, I'll try it out. We'll see if it's good. The best, most long lasting, I have had this on my eyes for like several days after I put it on my waterline. It does not come off, truly. It says 18-hour plus wear and waterproof. They're not lying. This is legit actual long-lasting eye pencil. It is so pigmented, so creamy and easy to use. If you were looking for a black liner, or really, I mean, I have tried their other colored ones and they're pretty good. So if you were looking for a pencil liner, go check out Essence. The Black Fever is my personal favorite, but the other ones are great too. So yeah, truly, these are really, really good, and my favorite pencil liner of 2020. Mascaras. I have two I want to talk about. One is drugstore, one is not. Let's talk about the drugstore. CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara came onto the scene, and I have mine in very black. This I used the crap out of earlier in this year, and I did not repurchase it because I think every time I went to, they had it out of stock because everybody wanted to try it. And it's pretty good. I did really like it. And for a drugstore mascara, I think this is the best one I've ever tried. That's cruelty-free. Like, everybody always talks about like the L'Oreal one and the Maybelline one. They're not cruelty-free, you guys. Come on, Maybelline. I just want to try and use it, but I'm not going to buy it because you guys are animals. Anyway, so then moving from that, let's move into a cruelty-free high-end, that is my actual mascara favorite of 2020. This is the Superhero It Cosmetics mascara. I have it on today. This stuff is so good. So freaking good. If you are looking, and it's not like crazy expensive, I think it's like 20 bucks, which is pretty on par with the majority of like high-end mascaras. So if you're somebody who's looking for an everyday mascara that will give you volume, length, thickness, and it's black and does actually hold a curl, It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara is the way to go. Truly, this is the best mascara. If I'm going to wear a makeup look where I'm not going to wear lashes, I'm going to wear this mascara every single time. Every time. I have it on right now. And my lashes don't like to hold a curl. They don't like to stay up. And this mascara is the only one that I've tried that is cruelty-free, that actually does what I want it to do. So yeah, this stuff is amazing. Let's move on to palettes. So I have 4 I want to talk about, and then there's a bunch that I liked, but you know, these are the ones that I got the most use out of this year, and since none of us pretty much went anywhere, that's how I wanted to do it this year. So let's talk about one that's kind of out of the ordinary. And probably not that high on most people's lists, but I love this palette. This is the Colourpop Just My Luck palette. This is the all green palette. This may seem like a weird choice because it's all greens, and not that many people wear green eyeshadow. I realize that. However, if you follow this channel, I feel like I do so many green makeup looks, like a lot of green makeup looks. And I love green eyeshadow. If I'm going to wear a color, green is almost always the one that I go for. I just really like it. I have green eyeshadow on today. Not from this palette, from a different one that I'll talk about. But yeah, I really, really love the greens in this palette. It's such a good overall palette. And I do think that green eyeshadow is underrated. You can make it look natural. Like today, I don't think this looks crazy. This is green. Anyway, I love this palette. It is incredibly pigmented. It's incredibly inexpensive. It's Colourpop. And the shade range and the shimmers that they have in this palette are so good. They're the easiest green shadows to work with, truly. So if you're somebody who wants to start dabbling into green makeup, I highly recommend that you get this. You ask for it for your birthday or like a late Christmas present at this point. This is such a good green palette. And there's not that many green palettes in the world. So yeah, this is why this is in my top 4 for 2020. That's pretty good. So yeah, I love this palette. Highly recommend. The next palette I want to talk about is also Colourpop. However, it's no longer available, so I went back and forth about mentioning it, but I do want to talk about it just because I really do like this palette, and I didn't think I was going to like it that much, and I'm wearing it today. So this is the Colourpop Hocus Pocus palette. I did a video on this whole collection, and that video actually got a lot of views, so thank you guys. Apparently you guys really liked it. This palette is so stunning. I had seen it online and I didn't think that it looked that great, and I was like, you know what, it's Hocus Pocus, so I'm going to buy it anyway and I'm going to try it. And I'm so glad I did. I really like it. I don't want to talk about it too much. Like I said, it was limited edition. They don't have it anymore, but yeah, I really, really like this palette, and I just wanted to mention it as one of my favorites for this year. Sorry. The third favorite palette I have is another Colourpop palette. The Colourpop Kathleen Light So Jaded palette. I did mention this last year in my favorites video. This is such a good all-around, like, everyday palette. It has a lot of color, it has a lot of neutral, it has a lot of variation in shades, and it is such a good bang for your buck palette, if that makes sense. Like, you get a lot of different varieties for not that much money because it's Colourpop. And they're all pigmented. They work really well. They blend really well. I just really like this palette, and like I said, I've used it a lot this year on and off camera, so I had to mention it. Then for my fourth and last palette favorite, this is the Morphe 35M palette, the Boss Mood palette. Let me open it. And I have gotten a lot of use out of this. I feel like you guys can see a trend. I'm not lying. I love green eyeshadow. And this palette, I've used the crap out of the greens in this palette. And also the purples and the blacks. Like this palette, really, I've gotten so much use out of it. I did a lot of Halloween makeup looks out of this palette this year, and a lot out of just everyday wear. Like around St. Patrick's Day, I did a green look using this palette, and that is like my go-to green look if I'm gonna do a green look. And yeah, everything in this palette is very pigmented. I like the color story in it. I think it's different than a lot of other palettes. Like I said, not that many palettes do green. And that is a good combination of green, orange, and purple, which is like the perfect fall mood palette, you know? Like, yeah, I just really, really like this palette, and I got a lot of use out of it this year. So I highly recommend if you're somebody who wants like a good mixture fall palette. Then for the last eye products that I want to talk about are lashes. Do not judge me for how disgusting these are, because they are gross. But these, God, these are my favorite types of lashes to wear. So this is the Kiss Pageboy Lash. And then these are the Kiss Ever Easy number 11s. These lashes, I love these so much. I love the big pack of these. These make your eyes look big and open, but also catty, and like they're natural, but they're not too natural. They give enough drama, but they're not too dramatic. Like I have had several people ask me while I have these lashes on, oh my gosh, are those your real lashes? Like that's the kind of look I want. I don't like ones with thick bands that are hard to put on. These are so easy to apply because they have clear bands, so you can wear them with or without liner and not have to worry about it. And I really, really like that when it comes to lashes. I don't want to be uncomfortable wearing them, have the inner corner like always flipping up because it's so thick, or have it be struggle to put on and take off. Like I don't want that. I want it to be easy, and I want to forget that I'm wearing them. And these, both of these, I do that with. And like I said, they're natural enough that people think that they could be your real lashes, but they're also dramatic enough to like really amp up a look. Like these, if you see me in lashes, it's one of these two, always. So I highly recommend these, especially if you are somebody new to lashes. These are such good options. I really, really recommend either one of these. So yeah. And then the glue that I want to talk about is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive Formaldehyde-free, latex-free, with aloe clear lash glue. That is so much, but this stuff is so good. It does not irritate my eyes. It doesn't have a gross smell. It dries clear. It's not problematic. This is what I use all the time. I've repurchased this like 3 times now. It is so good, so easy to use. Truly beginner's dream for lashes, or like an infrequent user. This is what you want to use. So yes. All right, we're almost done. I know this has been a long video, and honestly, I'm like questioning if I should do a part 2 and do like lifestyle favorites next, because I feel like this is going to be a long video. Regardless, let's start with lips. So the key to having nice looking lips and lipstick is to have nice looking lips without lipstick. And to do that, you need a good chapstick. I have talked about this chapstick before, and I will talk about it again because it is the best chapstick ever. This is the EOS Vanilla Chapstick. Vanilla Bean Chapstick in a stick form. I think I've talked about this before. EOS. I love you, and I love this chapstick, but the fact that we used to have them in eggs, I can't even. We've discussed this before. I'm not going to go there, but absolutely, how inconvenient. But this, so convenient, so soothing, so moisturizing, so deliciously smelling, deliciously tasting. Not that I eat it, but you know, if it's on your lips, it's hard not to kind of lick some of it off. This like lasts a long time. It doesn't sink in so quickly that you lose the moisture and you have to like reapply every 10 minutes. Like I put this on in the morning when I wake up, after I moisturize my face, put it on, go do my makeup. Maybe I'll reapply once during the day if I don't have any other lipstick on. And then I go home and I shower. I put my moisturizer back on my face. I put another layer of this on, go to sleep. I really only have to use it twice to 3 times daily. That is so nice. I see people with other chapsticks that are maybe slightly less expensive and they're reapplying like every 2 minutes. Why? That is ridiculous to me. I don't want to have to put a chapstick on. I want to be able to put it on and it moisturize and hydrate my lips throughout the day, so much so that I don't need to reapply until it's nighttime. Like, that's the kind of chapstick I want, and that's the kind of chapstick this is. This stuff is literally holy grail amazing. Truly, I love this so much. I want to tell everyone about it. They have it in different scents, but the vanilla is probably my favorite. That's the one I buy. I have these. I bought a big backup pack just in case I ran out. I have one in my makeup bag, one in my bathroom upstairs, one in my purse, just in case. But I never, like, depending on if I stay somewhere or whatever, if I need it, I have it because it's so good. Truly so good. So yes, I love this stuff so much. EOS, hit me up. If you are looking for a chapstick, this is the best. Hands down. Moving on from our chapstick discussion, I have 3 liquid lipsticks I want to talk about and 1 lip gloss. So let's talk about these 3 liquid lipsticks in particular. I really love the formula of all 3 of these, but the shade that I'm talking about in particular are the ones I've used most this year, and you guys will probably laugh about at least one of these. So the one I have on today is the Milani Amore, Jesus Christ, the Milani Amore Matte Lip in the shade Stunning. I am in love with this shade. This is such a beautiful, like, hot chocolate shade. It's a beautiful brown nude, but it's not like too brown. It's not too cool, but it's not too warm. It's like the perfect brown shade for me, and I really, really like it. I found myself like wearing this all the time. Almost every time I go to do anything that isn't like on my channel, I wear this if I'm feeling slightly grungy. This is like my go-to grunge lip. So, and the formula is very pigmented. It is slightly drying, so if you're somebody who struggles with like extra dry lips, they have satin ones now, and I highly recommend those. My mom really likes the satin ones, but I'm personally fine with just the matte. And yeah, I really, really like this. Super pigmented, super easy to put on, very comfortable. They don't feel like dry, you know, like just feels like I have nothing on. They don't transfer. I really, really like this, and I really like the color. So, Stunning from Milani. Then, the second one I want to talk about is another nude. This is the Too Faced Melted Matte Lip in the shade Sellout. You guys, I had this in a mini. I got it in like an Ipsy bag maybe. And I tried it and fell in love with it. And then I had to buy a whole new one because I used the crap out of that one, emptied it out. I love this so much. It is such a good nude for me. It's not like too nude, but it's not too red, but it's not too pink. It's like just a perfect neutral for me. And this formula is super comfortable, just like the Milani one. It is very comfortable, very easy to apply. It's not like overly drying. It doesn't smear. It's not transferable. Like, it lasts all day long, and that's what I want when I put on a lipstick like this. And what I will say is if you eat with this, like at least for me, because it's such a good nude for me, if I eat with this on, it doesn't like fall apart badly. You know, like it fades nicely, so it doesn't look like, ugh. You should fix that. It just looks like my lips, but better, for lack of a better way to put it. Yeah, I love this so much. Highly, highly, highly recommend this and the shade that it comes in. Sellout. Then you guys will probably laugh at this. So I love the Lime Crime Velveteens, and this one in particular got a lot of use out of me this year. This is the shade Black Velvet from Lime Crime. This is their black liquid lipstick, and I use the crap out of this. I need another one, actually. I have pretty much used this entire tube up. It's very dry at this point. I've had this for a long time, and this is one of the best black lipsticks I've ever used. And if you're looking for a black lipstick, I highly recommend that you get this one. Truly. It is very pigmented, easy to use, it doesn't come off, it's comfortable on the lips. I have nothing bad to say about it. I feel like a broken record, but honestly, if you're looking for a black, get the Lime Crime Velveteen, Black Velvet. That's all I have to say. Moving on. Colourpop. So Juicy Roundabout Lip Gloss is the best plumping lip gloss I've ever used. You guys know I'm not a lip gloss girl at all. This year I've discovered it. Again, I used to not like it, and still I have to use it thoughtfully. I have to choose what activity I'm going to be doing that day, and if it's a lip gloss activity, if it's windy outside, I'm not wearing lip gloss. It's not happening. Even if it's the most non-sticky, I'm not wearing it. However, if I'm going to wear lip gloss, it's going to be this one. This, like I said, is the So Juicy Plumping Lip Gloss, so it does have a tad bit of a tingle, but it's not like crazy burn your lips off. It's just like a nice little peppermint zing, and I like the peppermint smell. So if you're not somebody who likes mint, don't get this. You won't like it. But if you're somebody who likes a nice little pepperminty smell, makes you smell like you're, been chewing on some gum, this is the way to go. And this shade in particular goes over every single lipstick shade well. Doesn't matter the lipstick shade, it's such a good neutral that it doesn't disturb what you're putting it over. And this is also a great one to just wear on its own. It just makes your lips look juicy, which, so juicy. So yeah, I really, really like this. If you're going to get a gloss and you want a suggestion, this is one I recommend. Alright guys, so I'm actually going to end it here. That was a lot to take in, so I'm going to just make this my makeup 2020 favorites. And if you want to see my 2020 lifestyle, music, TV, podcasts, etc. favorites, then go ahead and wait for my second video that I'm going to post, simply because that's a lot. And I know that I'm going to chat in that video as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate your support and your love this year. I have had a couple new subscribers join me, and I really appreciate that. So thank you guys. Please let me know what you want me to do more of in 2021. If you want to see more fashion, if you want to see more makeup, if you want to see more lifestyle, if you want to see vloggy type stuff. I don't really do a whole lot of stuff, but let me know what you want to see. And let me know if any of these favorites that I mentioned today are some of your favorites, or what your favorites from 2020 are. Put them down below, because I would like to try some new makeup out. And so maybe you guys can bring me to new stuff. That would be cool. So yes, thank you guys so much. I really hope you guys stayed safe and made good choices this year. And hopefully 2021 will be better for all of us. Fingers crossed. Yes. If you don't already, you should follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!